Wind Wisdom with Wasco.
Humanity is moving towards this thing they call singularity. Now this is where we're transforming humanity into a technological being. So we're integrating, connecting our biology with technology. And the way that we're going through this transformation is we're slowly adding bits of technology onto our biology. And we're going to get to the point where our outer shell will no longer be biological skin as we have now, but it'll be metallic or plastic or fiberglass. And under that shell will be circuit boards and different circuits doing different things, controlling different parts of the new integrations into our biological being. We will no longer be the way we are now. Humanity will no longer look the way it looks now. We will be machines, even though underneath the inner core is still biological, but almost like an ego. Who we are will no longer be an individual. We will just be a machine doing what we are made to do, because part of that technology is that we're going to be all hooked up to one central processor. So we're no longer going to have our own thoughts. We're all going to be connected. We're all going to have this Wi-Fi wireless signal. All of us connected to this one database that's going to be dictating what we do. And we're going to know no different, because of the fact that it is connected and it has changed our whole perception of what we are, who we are. We're not going to know any different. And more than likely, the way it's going to be pushed onto us is it's going to be something good. So we're at this point where we're pretty much like robots. We're cyborgs. So we're thousands of years and this transformation being that we've become. Stumble across some natural disaster, for example, a vast amount of rain. And the vast amount of rain causes floods that cause this new transformation being that we've become, causes us to short circuit, because we're still electrical. We're electrical, even though we're biological inside. Our function will be functioning with circuits. We'll have circuits all over our body to do different things. Because of the vast amount of rain and flooding that's going to occur during this natural disaster, we're all going to short circuit, and there will no longer, these beings that we've been transformed into will no longer exist, will no longer function. You should pretty much say the flood killed them all off. But then thousands more years go past. And because we still had our biological structure in these beings that we had transformed into, the human form began to develop again in the waters that had flooded the earth, and human life began to grow again after the flood. And the human began to grow as a human that wasn't connected, because it's just the DNA structure, the cells the biological components that were in these cyborgs had fallen into the flood. But now, because they've separated about thousands of years gone past, and cells and DNA and all that are human biological structures began to grow again and began to make the first humans again after the flood. And then humanity started again. Fire, the wheel, industrial revolution, technology, it all started again. And we go through it all again. Things might be the same, some things might be different, but we go through it all again. And we reach the same spot. We start getting towards this singularity again. Until the same thing happens. We turn ourselves into robots. There's a major flood which causes us to short circuit. We die off, but our biological remains are able to rejuvenate thousands of years later and create life again, create human life the way we know it now at the moment. But then we evolve and history repeats itself again, and we go through the same loop, with same loop, and same loop, and same loop. And what does that remind you of? A place you go that to torment you and to torture you, you go through the same thing over and over again on a continuous loop. What's that place called? Maybe that's the real meaning of life. And where we are in this existence. Loop.